What's up, Cool Nation? Welcome to episode 14 of the One-on-One podcast with yours truly, Tre Alexander. Today, I got another special guest, one of my favorite teammates, like ever, my boy Cannon DeVries. And today, we're going to get to know him. We're going to get his background story. And yeah, so first question is, like, what made you choose BYU?
That's a good question. I think it starts off when I was younger. I grew up, my mom's side of the family was huge BYU fans. They had season tickets ever since I was a young kid. But my dad's side of the family was actually Utah State fans. So I grew up going to both. My grandpa ran track up at Utah State, and I cheered for both of them. But every time I went to BYU Stadium, I loved the energy. The fans were amazing, and I always pictured myself being on that field and playing when I was older. So throughout high school, obviously started getting a bunch of looks and some offers from many different schools. And the thing that stuck out to me the most was actually when I was recruited to BYU, my very first phone call was with Kalani Sitake. And he called me and we talked for about an hour. And the first 50 minutes of the call, all he talked to me about was the church, Jesus Christ, and serving a mission. And I remember he started that call off with asking me if I was going to serve a mission for the church. And that was a goal of mine ever since I was a kid. I knew that's what I was going to do, and I wanted to go serve the Lord. And I told him that I was, and that I was going to go right after high school. That was my plan, and nothing was going to change it. And he was so supportive. He said, "Cannon, that's exactly what I want you to do." He told me, I remembered, he goes, "I think about my mission every single day of my life. And I think about when I played football here and there." And so it was in that moment, honestly, that stuck with me, that I was like, this is a guy that I want to play for. Someone that respects my faith, someone that wants me to pursue my dreams and my goals. And honestly, I knew that BYU would just be a perfect spot for me to be able to continue to grow my faith and be supported and be around just men of God and guys that want to be better than themselves. And he offered me on that phone call, and I committed 20 days later. So it didn't take long for me, but it's
Kind of take us through, like, well, for the people who don't know, like, can you tell us, like, where you served your mission and, like, how it was? Like, I mean, I got to know, like, a lot who was at ECU. Like, we talked for, like, me and him was in the hotel, like, me, him, Coach Ray, like, we talked for, like, maybe an hour just about, like, the mission, and we just talking about a bunch of things. So, yeah, kind of take us, like, through, like, where you served and, like, how it was and, like, all the crazy stuff you saw, the fun stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I served in the Texas Houston South Mission, just down there it covers from downtown Houston to Galveston all the way out to Victoria. So kind of just that bottom little half right there of Houston. But man, I loved it so much. Stepped off the plane in my suit and my tie and just instantly started sweating. The humidity down there was no joke, and it was just hot all the time. I served in a bike area, so I was telling Tre this, that I rode my bike around downtown Houston for 6 months, and you're dripping in sweat. You're feeling bad because you're going into people's houses, sitting on their couch, and you're just drenched, and you're like, sorry, there's nothing we can do about it. But just really humble and great people down there in Houston. I was able to meet just people from all over the country, all over the world, people from Africa, Venezuela, Honduras, just these people that have already been going through so much in their life. And for me to just be able to invite them to come unto Jesus Christ and to follow him and be able to change their life even more, it was awesome to see them be able to take even more steps of faith in their life and being able to know different cultures. And I was telling Tre and Ray some of the areas that I've been in, and I'm not going to lie, there were some sketchy areas. There's some places that, usually people are like, what are you doing there? But I knew that every time I had the name tag on with Jesus Christ on my chest, I knew that he was always going to protect me. I was never scared. I went up to every single person I could and invited them to church. And I just met a lot of people that changed my life out there. And I know that I was grateful for the opportunity to be able to teach people about Jesus Christ and see that change their life as well. So loved every single minute of the mission. Love talking to all the corners about it and teaching them about it. So it's been pretty cool.
Yeah, nah, people for people who don't know, like, when he told us, we was just in the hotel and we have, like and it's literally, like, you can play, like, board games, you can do whatever, so we was just sitting down talking, we was eating food or whatever, and we just literally got on the topic of it, and, like, we just went through like, literally, we sat and talked just for, like, almost an hour, literally, about anything you could imagine about a mission. But one question I did ask you that night that just really crossed my mind, like, when you're on a mission, do you get to go out and, like, just enjoy, like, other foods and stuff like that? Cause I know Houston got, like, great food, I'm not gonna lie, like, did you ever get to experience any of it?
Yeah, so I was able to go out to I mean, everyone's always like, "Did you get a barbecue? Did you get barbecue?" But for some reason, like, to be honest, I didn't have that much barbecue on my mission. It was more Tex-Mex down there, so, you get the fajitas and obviously, lots of people from Honduras and from these other Spanish countries, they fed us pupusas and arepas and all that stuff, and man, that I'm not gonna lie, that stuff was amazing, and so, it was cool, I got to, like, experience the food down in Houston itself, but also from different parts of the world. I taught so many people from Africa that would feed me fufu and, all their African dishes, and I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't enjoy those, but it was cool to like at least try it, and be able to be able to see their culture, and people love that food and Jesus really bring people together. It's a pretty good combo.
Yeah, Jay, can you kinda take us through, like, how your mission was? 'Cause I know
Yeah.
you also served in Texas, I know it's a different part, but, like
Yeah, I was in Dallas, Texas,
Okay.
Spanish speaking. Were you Spanish speaking?
I was English.
So, dude, one of my favorite experiences on my mission is we get the call. We get home. This is back then, like only there's only just had cell phones, so it was all landlines and answering machines. Now every missionary has a cell phone, but back then it was just like certain people could have them. And we get answering machine from the English missionaries and be like, dude, you got to call us as soon as you get in, man. We met the coolest family today. You got to call us. So they like call us, tell us about this family they met, give us the address, like give us a time. They set up an appointment for us there, and we go there and like we're Spanish speaking. We like meet them, and they're like, oh, "Do you guys speak Spanish?" We're like, "Yeah." We start speaking Spanish with them, and they're like, "Dude, we kept trying to tell those guys, yeah, we're cool, we're Catholic, but they didn't understand us, and so finally we just gave in and gave them an appointment and like this, like sure, send some Spanish missionaries. We'll tell them." We're cool. We're Catholic. We don't need this. And we'd laugh like, oh yeah, those English missionaries, they don't know what's up. We'd laugh and like, we make fun of them, all this. And we start, well, where are you from? We start talking. And because we like laugh and make fun of the English missionaries, they'd be like, oh, why don't you guys come in and teach? I baptized so many people that 100% tried to turn away the English missionaries, but they just were persistent with it. And then finally they're like, yeah, whatever, send the Spanish missionaries over. And like we were trying to tell them the whole time, go away. Like, we're not interested in Spanish. And they were just happy to be there and excited to talk about Jesus and didn't understand. So we set up a point with you guys to tell you guys, go away. Don't talk to us. We're not interested. And then we end up getting them to church and getting them baptized. But yeah, like I taught people from everywhere, including, English speaking people, but all of South America, Cuba. We taught a guy who played Little League soccer with Fidel Castro. He had pictures like with Fidel. He had pictures with Fidel Castro and him in Little League soccer. Like they were friends until like he like dipped and came to America, right? But like they knew each other and stuff. He was an older guy. I met a guy on my mission who didn't see money till he was like 35. When we baptized him, he was in his 90s. And he until like a few years before we baptized him, he would walk home to Mexico, hitchhike / walk home, and he would help them plant because he felt like it was his duty to go back to the family farm and help plant. He's like in his 80s, his early 90s, walking like 1,000 miles back to Mexico and planting the fields and that. And then when it was all planted, he would walk back to Texas and still there until it was time to harvest, and he would walk back again, hitchhike / walk. But he's like, it's faster if you just walk through the desert sometimes than go around. So I met people I would never meet.
Yep.
And heard their stories and got to try all the food. My wife was Spanish speaking missionary, so she loves pupusas too. So you were speaking my language when you were talking about pupusas. And yeah, I remember stepping off the plane and being able to breathe because the humidity is like, oh, I can breathe out of my nose like really good. It's kind of nice, And then 2 seconds later being like, oh, I'm sweating, and then not stopping sweating really for the next 2 years, just sweating.
Well, and kind of something funny is when I got my call to Houston, when you think of Texas, you think of like the good old Western movies that you see as a kid. And so that was my idea of Houston. Like I thought it was I knew there was a city there, But I honestly thought it was just going to be like boonies the whole time.
Yeah.
And so when I get off and I'm there, I'm like, wow, it's green here. Like it's really nice. And you see the rainstorms that go through there,
Oh,
like the
yeah.
biggest raindrops
Thunder
you'll
and
ever see in your
yeah.
life, just like crazy
Thunder will shake your
rainstorms.
apartment.
Like flood the street type of thing. Like don't drive your car when it's raining like that. You're just gonna drown it. Like it's
Do tornadoes make it that far south to Houston? Did you see any tornadoes or anything?
not really. There was a tiny hurricane, but
Mhm.
I wasn't really close by the coast.
We got several tornadoes in Dallas because we're further up north, and so you're still kind of in that tornado alley. But I didn't know if they hooked down to Houston or not. But that's an interesting experience, man. You're on a bike. You bike 2 miles away from your apartment, clear skies, blue skies, nothing. You're out knocking doors. It starts to get a little cloudy, and then you look, and there's just this black wall of clouds coming.
Crazy. Yeah.
But nah, I could believe it because like with us, like Atlanta and Houston are like kind of like brother and sister cities.
Mhm.
Like the culture is a lot the same. The way the city is ran is a lot the same. Like a lot of literally like Atlanta and Houston are like hand in hand, like left hand, right hand. So I know a lot about the city or whatnot. And like a lot of people, if they move from Houston, they move into Atlanta. A lot of people move from Atlanta, they move into Houston. So like I kind of know a lot about it. And like I took a visit to Houston. Like I had got offered by University of Houston or whatever. So I went down there on a visit, and it was literally like a lot like home. Like they just play. It's kind of like Atlanta with its own spin on it. So like I can only imagine going from like Utah, like all you in the mountains, and you got to make that transition all the way down south, and like literally like you was probably the first time in your life you was probably a minority for the most part.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like Houston.
I loved it though. I mean those were my people out there. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, facts. Like my next question, I'll say like more on the football side. Like, how has college football been for you? Like, has it been like exactly what you pictured in your head, or is it even funner than imagined?
Yeah, I mean, it is what I kind of pictured, but it's a blast. Like every single day, just showing up. I love the practice side. I'm not like I know some people like think it's a grind and everything, which it is, but that's the love of the game for it is going out every single day, being able to do what you love. And that first time running through Lavelle Edwards was like we're playing Portland State and we're breaking the attendance record first week, and we're running out, and I'm like, this is it. Like this is the moment that I dreamed about, and I've loved every second of it. So it's definitely been a dream come true.
I ain't gonna lie, Jake. He don't know. He ain't seen none yet.
Oh,
like
yeah.
this week for you, first conference game at home. Like Stanford game was turned, Portland State was turned, but I promise you, this week, especially with it being a Friday night game, and like I just saw something like we have the third highest price ticket in the nation this week, behind Miami and Florida State, and I forgot the other school. So I'm telling you, this week right here, this first conference game, everything like you dreamed about times 10, and then 2 weeks from now, you get Utah in the stadium. I mean, you grew up in Utah. You know better than I do. Like, yeah, nah, your soul gonna leave your body
It's gonna
soon.
be
Like, like, bro, I promise you, this game Friday night, like, you gonna run into that stadium, and it's gonna be the loudest you ever heard it. It's like just the passion from the fans, the understanding of like what's on the line every week in the conference. Like, bro, it's nothing like it. Like last year for me, I had the privilege of mine being Kansas State. So like, I mean, that was a hell of a first conference game. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I don't think nothing will ever top that for me. That was
Cannon, have you been surprised on the road games? How many fans there have been at ECU and at Colorado?
Yeah, I mean, you look out in the stands and it's just a sea of blue, and it's crazy. Especially, I mean, I knew there was going to be a lot at Colorado, but ECU, we finished the game and go sing the fight song, and I'm like, wow, this feels like a home game. Like there's so many people there, they're so loud, they're out cheering the other team, and so it's really cool to have a program that travels so well and has fans just all over the country, and the support is amazing. So
Did we make any noise on defense for Colorado?
Oh, yeah,
we
most
were
definitely.
trying. I saw you guys were like pumping it up. Everyone, like I was with a lot of the families and stuff in that section, and so kind of funny. It's kind of different because like a big run will break, and like everyone's stadium's like oh, and then it'll like like Raiders will make the tackle or Falatau, and you'll hear their fan like yeah, good job Falatau. I'm like bro, they were the last line of defense on a big run. No one's happy about this except for you. Anyway, it's an interesting experience, but they guys were like pumping it up, and like everybody was screaming, man, as loud as they could at that Colorado game. Try and make some noise for you guys. I don't know if it was actually making its way to the field.
No, it was. We had a funny moment with that too. I remember on the sideline when our strength coach, Coach Tupo, I'm sitting down like, yeah, coach, like, any fans get turned. He said, shit, make a stop. He said big play. He said something like big plays like fuel emotion and emotion fuels wins. He's like, get a stop, do something. So we did it. Literally the next play, I think we got a sack. I think it was when Zay got a sack. Everybody was turned. He's like, I told you, Tre. I told you. So like, yeah, it was that game was like I always know we travel well, especially like with it being like a bordering state. But like when you go out there and you can have 15,000 people in a away stadium, like especially at a stadium like that, I think what they hold probably 50, 55,000.
I think it's 55. Is that right, Craig, Kev? We looked it up. Like I think last week we were talking about it, but something like that. But dude, I feel like that one side, for sure that one corner was all blue, but it felt like that one side was mostly blue.
No, it definitely was.
I couldn't tell because we were up there. I couldn't tell from the field, but
yeah, I got some funny. I got into it with like a bunch of fans that game.
Oh, I saw you talking a little bit.
Man, I got into it first doing warm-ups. Like it's on video somewhere. I don't know if they ever gonna post a video. Probably gonna be, but it was just this girl like doing warm-ups. So we go out there on the field. It's a girl in the student section. She drunk or whatever, and she just like yelling at like everybody she yelling at like all the linebackers, like everybody. So I'm sitting there like I'm warming up with Coach G. I'm just like I'm waiting for her to say something to me. She said something. She just said number one. She didn't say nothing else. Oh yeah, I just went off. And then after that, she just kind of looked like, oh, really? I was like, yeah. And she was like, but I was like, yeah, they came to Atlanta to recruit me. I'm different than everybody else at BYU, I promise you. And she's like, and then the whole student section just like looked at her and just eyes just got big. Like I let her have it. And after the game, we walked into the bus and the girl had talked to one of the running backs. She was like, you effing Mormon? And I was like, bro, we just beat y'all. Like, I had a different choice of words, but I was basically just like, bro, shut up and go lay down. Like, we just beat y'all. Like, it's 2 a.m, you loud, drunk. We don't want to hear that. Like, especially when we walk into the bus. Like, the game is long over at this point. Then, like, a fan behind us, when Zay got the pick, I just looked up, I was like, bye-bye. And he was throwing the middle finger at me. He's just like, oh, this and that. I was like, you mad? You that mad? Like, y'all lost.
Yeah.
But it was also a crazy experience because, like, I've never been to a game, like, away game, where, like, we had security lined up, like, right behind our bench. Like, usually it's, like, other teams throw stuff on the sideline. Like, we went to SMU, they was throwing foam fingers and throwing drinks. In Utah, they was throwing stuff at the sideline. Kind of what it was. But Colorado, literally, that's the first time, like, we literally had, like, a security guard on like every single section of the stand. So
props to them.
Yeah, it was
because those sidelines are close.
No, bro, those the worst. Ain't gonna lie,
that's probably why they do that.
Colorado got the worst turf in America too. Like I promise you,
worse than Laramie.
Way worse than Wyoming. I promise you. Like, at least in Wyoming, I could like people don't know, but like a part of the game, like, my knee started flaring up in a part of the game, and like I went there, I was like, yeah, let me try to change my cleats, and it literally just got worse. And like my knees, it have never happened to me on no field I've played on. We played on like some bad turf. But like it's like they turf is just like I mean you can tell like the turf was just hard and like kind of sticky, like it wasn't. And I guess they say they do it so when it rains it's not slippery or whatever. But like I know it just got installed, but they got to take it out. That's the worst turf in America.
Dude, there was a ball that hit maybe a kickoff or something that hit kind of in front of where I was sitting, and it looked like instead of black pellets coming up, it would look like dirt or something.
It's like wood chips. They're almost like wood pieces of bark.
But they're not rubberized pellets.
No, it's like wood mulch in the turf, and it like
it's weird.
You literally, like, we out there in pregame, and they was like, yeah, it's wood most, so bring your screw-ins. And I remember telling them, like, pregame, we was talking, I was like, Coach, there's no way you can wear screw-ins. Like, you're going to tear your knee. Like, there's no way. So then he's like, yeah, like, everybody else wearing regular cleats. I was like, yeah, that's what we're going to have to do tonight. But you couldn't really get, like, true footing. Like, even on turf, like, yeah, turf is not the best, but it's, like, with the pellets, it's way better than they turf. I promise you. Like, at least you can cut off of it. You can jump. You can make certain moves. Because even, like, we practiced on turf that whole week. And like our turf not the best, but it's way better than that. Like I promise you, like after the game, you got people icing them knees, people with treatment getting extra. Like it was different. Like
it's made out of a premium AstroTurf Root Zone 3D3 system featuring an eco-friendly Brock infill made from pine pellets. So you guys are playing on pine trees.
So there y'all have it.
That explains it.
Yeah, like I promise you, like I'm literally on the sideline. Like I'm never hurt. I go to the sideline. I'm like, trainer came up to me. He literally pressed on my knee. I almost wanted to cry. Like he just touched my knee a little bit. You could see it like on the bus after the game. I'm in there. I'm like, bro, I cannot sit down right now. I'm just standing. We got like a 30-minute ride to the airport. I'm standing up the whole time. Like, I can't sit down. Like, my knee was literally killing me. And then we had the flight back, which didn't make it no better.
Dude, I want to take you back. Glasker's sack
Yeah.
you were talking about. You were covering receiver on the backside on an over. Was it some kind of over route?
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, Glasgow sack, I think.
Or was that Kelly sack? I thought it was Glasgow, though.
Matter of fact, the one you talking about, I think it was 2 of them, but one of them was a Jack sack. It was 3rd down. They came out in like a bunch formation on the left side of the field. I was 1-on-1 backside.
That's
We
the
was in a
one.
man coverage. We knew all week like it was a mesh concept because just like it was the one formation really where they only had 2 plays out of it. So when I got in the game and like I looked at my receiver and I looked across the field, I was like, yeah, we know what's coming. And we always talked about like when they go mesh just to pick people, get people open. So I was just like, all right. I was guarding a fast receiver or whatever. Got to 9 yards as soon as the play got just triggered. Just like, because I knew it was coming. Like when you watch enough film and you practice it so much throughout the week, when you get in the game, it's just muscle memory. So I just went. I know it turned to scramble drill. I hit him, got to his top shoulder, and looked back for the ball. I mean, Jack the best in the business at closing ground. Like,
So you have your back to the quarterback. I don't know if you had a chance to watch the film on it yet or
Yeah.
not, but from where I was sitting, you got your back to the quarterback because you're running a man concept, and he was staring your guy down.
yeah, he was
100% staring your guy down, and then it was coverage sack all the way. Like
Yeah.
Jack got there because he just kept waiting for him
Yeah.
to get some separation or clear, and it just never happened, bro. It was like a full on, like you could see him just begging for it to happen.
Yeah.
So do you get, I don't know, do you take some pride in that? You feel cool about that?
Yeah, I do. It's always a good thing we can get coverage sacks. Like, obviously, like for us, it's not gonna show up on the stat sheet, but we know like it just mirrors each other. Like it's gonna come a time where they get back there so fast, they're gonna throw the ball up and get us a pick. It comes a time where we have good coverage on the back end. I mean, they're gonna get home. And like for us, we play on the same defense, the same team. So if I can go all game and I just like if the ball don't ever get thrown at me, but I'm doing my job and we getting home with the front seven, like I mean, for me in my eyes too, like I'm selfless and like I'm a sophomore. Like
Yeah.
Jack, I mean, this could be a league year for him.
Yeah.
So if Jack go get 15 sacks and Glasher go get 20 sacks, like, and I don't do nothing but just cover my guy and be my responsibility, like I take a lot of pride in that. Like, if I ever get beat in the game, I want to get beat because like, let's say I have bad technique or somebody just had a good ball. I don't never want to get beat because like I have an MA. I'm not where I'm supposed to be when I'm supposed to be there. So I kind of take pride on that. Like if I'm ever gonna mess up, it's gonna be like doing what I'm supposed to do, and maybe I had a fault in technique or a fault in. I mean, he just made a play, stuff like that. But
I was celebrating with your pops up in the stands. I was like, that was a coverage sack. I might actually give your dad a little bit of elbow because I was pretty pumped about it. So I was like, I got to ask Tre about that when he gets in here.
yeah, coverage sack. Yeah, for you, like, how's the transition been for you? You know, coming into a room and like, in my opinion, probably the hardest position to play, like being a nickel. Like, how has that been for you? Because like, did you play it at all in high school or?
Yeah, it's a good question. So kind of tracing back to my high school days, I at Weber High School, I played just all 3 phases of the game. Just never came out. I would play receiver and wildcat quarterback, slot. You know, they would put me all over the place on offense, and then on defense, I was mostly just a free safety. So I'd play free safety, do punt return, kick return, and so BYU recruited me initially as an athlete. So recruited as an athlete, kind of when I left on my mission, they were thinking more receiver. And then when I was coming home from my mission, Jay wanted me at free safety. So I came back, started learning the defense, started learning all the free safety stuff, doing my training. And then like right before spring ball, they actually were like, actually, we want you to play nickel corner and some outside as well. And I knew I trusted them that that's the spot maybe that they needed me to play and that I could perform at. And coming into the room, it's been awesome because honestly, the corner rooms, it's just like it's a brotherhood. Honestly, like all of us, we're very loving to each other. In the case of we hold each other accountable as we watch film, like we point out we're hard on one another, but it's all because we know that we care about each other and that we really do love each other as brothers. And they brought me in just like I was one of their own. It's pretty awesome. Just being able, the love that I received and knowing that they had my back and that they trusted me. And obviously it's still learning, like I'm still learning the technique and learning how to play the position, but I'm grateful for the coaches and for my boys to be able to teach me those little things and train with me all summer and take that time with me to be able to just work on my craft. And it's been awesome. I've loved the transition. So
Yeah, this is a funny question more so, but like, how does it feel like to be in the state of Utah? You're the minority in the room. Like, you literally it's 10 of us in the room. You're the only one, 10%.
Honestly, I love it. It's been the best. Like you said, I was the minority in Houston, and that's the way that I like it. Just be with my brothers in there, and I know they're going to take care of me, and that you know they love big, and I like it. Honestly, it's the best thing ever.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Like, I remember when you had first got back, and right before spring ball started, you remember we was sitting in the room watching your film, and like the whole room just turned like, well, Kenan can make plays, Kenan come downhill hitting. he getting the ball in his hand. Like I promise you, like y'all don't know how many times like we'd be at practice and stuff like that. And like I just tell Ken, like it could be something like punt return. They be like, we need to return. Like Kenan go, like Kenan go. Or like, they be like, Tre, I like put Kenan in. Like it even be times in the game I run the coach Kenan in. Please put him in. Please put him in. And it just like whenever he get it, I remember he got the punt return versus Portland State when he broke for like 70. As soon as he caught it, I'm on the sideline with like ice on my leg. But he caught it, I'm just limping down the sideline trying to run to the end zone. Like, nah, it's definitely like our room is different. I'm not gonna lie. Like that love in that room second to none. I like the way we hold each other accountable. It's never an ego thing. And like you gotta be tough. You gotta have tough skin to be in that room because like people ain't in there. You're not just gonna get sugarcoated to. Like if you in there BS and they ain't gonna be like, oh man, it's okay. Like, oh no, like even sometimes it might come off as annoying. Like no matter what, you know you gonna get the same room every single day. And it's like, and it's kind of funny because like everybody in the room play a different role. Like, so you got some people just laid back. You got some people in the leadership role, but everybody played a role and everybody embraced their role. So like, it was what makes our room really special and really like. I mean, we gave up what, one passing touchdown this year now. So like in what, 4 games. So it's it's a hell of a room. I'm not gonna lie. Best secondary in BYU history, like in the past couple years for sure.
Yeah. Though, like the other one in the conversation was last year's room, which still had a lot of you guys in it.
Yeah,
You had in Mark and J Rob and who else am I forgetting? That corner. Not just those two.
that corner. Yeah, that was it.
That's
For
it.
us. That's all we lost.
That's the only other room I can think of that you can compare with this room.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It's crazy too, because our room now, it's a lot of youth in our room. So like I know a lot of people be having those questions, like is they secondary this and that, but like we haven't.
Dude, KD was out making plays on special teams. He can ball, dude. I could tell you.
No, KD like saved a touchdown. Like, well, he wasn't gonna score. I was gonna run him down, but he saved a huge return right before halftime. And like that's what I would say. Like when I say people buy into their role, like I was in that same position last year, and like obviously with Jacob and Mark and all those guys, and we was playing Colorado in the bowl game, for example. Like they was like, yeah, Tre, you got to go on kickoff, and you got to go on if we got to go on kick return, like whatever it was. It's just like everybody in that room buys into whatever you ask them to do. Like literally, like if you ask somebody to go on our home games and they juice crew, then it's like, all right, well I'm finna swing this towel, and I'm finna cheer, I'm finna like give it my all tonight, like. Because we all know, like, Coach Hill's big on that. Like, he literally tells us, like, everybody has a role, and every role is important. Like, no matter how big or small it may seem. And when KD got in the game, like, people don't understand, KD is probably the strongest person in the room, like, pound for pound.
He does not look like a corner.
No.
He does not look like a corner.
No, he had on 17 when we was playing ECU. Like, bro, you like Jack Kelly. Like, I probably, like, no, KD, like.
Dude, and like Maury's not little.
Nah.
No, Maury's a big corner. But when I've seen KD warming up next to Maury, like, dude, KD's significantly bigger than Maury.
Yeah.
Chancellor.
KD, like, yeah, call him Bam Bam. KD, like, if I'm not mistaken, KD, like, 210 pounds. That's on a bad day. Like, if KD can get all the way up to 215 and still run just as fast, still make all the plays. Yeah, like, it was literally a play in the game on punt. The dude tried to block KD. It seemed like KD's out the way. KD just took him and threw the dude out the way and made the tackle. And it's just like I'm telling you, that's like brute strength. Like, KD different, bro.
And then how's Jordan?
Jordan, one of those,
because he's tall. He's long.
No, Jordan is
kind of like you in a way, like the lengthwise at least.
Yeah, I was just talking about him like literally maybe 30 minutes ago, and I was just telling like people like Jordan just reminded me so much of me when I first got on campus, like from his main rhythm. Like a lot of the stuff he do, I just can't do nothing but smile. Like it just be funny. Like, nah, Jordan is like, if everything like once it clicks for him, like I mean, because he walked into a room kind of how I did. You got enough vets and you got enough people in there to like take you under their wing and like teach you this and teach you that. Like he has a good rest of this year and then a strong offseason. Like when you already had the talent and like the natural size and stuff like that, the height, like when you have stuff that you can't teach and then you willing to learn everything else, I mean, the sky's the limit, especially with him. Like if I'm not mistaken, this year may be a red shirt year for him. And if it is, like, he gonna get the chance to red shirt this year and still have 4 more years to go.
Yeah.
And you get to get all the knowledge and all the lifting and like just like naturally you growing up. So like you getting a lot more wiser with a lot of stuff. So nah, Jordan gonna be good. Like he's definitely like he's kind of how I was, like a project for sure. And it's just like crazy. Like I got a text today, like a lot of coaches feel like I took a bigger leap than you could even expect. And Jordan could do the same. It's just like the consistency and like focus of like that first year going into that second year, honestly, like the way I look at it, it can literally set you up like your whole life, not even just like college. Like you come in focused enough and you really attack the off season and you buy into the training and the eating and I mean, you have a good year your sophomore year. Now you're on the radar all across the country. I mean, you good to go after that. So, yeah, no,
It's top to bottom. Even the people that fans don't know about. Dude, I'm excited about all of them.
Yeah, that's a lot of them. One of them ready to get back. Well, really 2 of them. I can't wait to get Nusi back. Like,
Boy's a dog.
yeah, you could talk about Nusi.
Yeah,
like,
tell us.
Yeah,
about
you
that.
tell us about Nusi. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I remember I got back from my mission, and my little brother's team, Weber, they were playing Westlake, and I went out to that game Friday night, and Carter Payne, he was Logan Payne's little brother. He was starting QB as a freshman, little guy out there, and they're like, yeah, that number 13 out there, he's committed to BYU. Like, oh yeah, he looks like a baller. Like, he looks pretty good. I'm not even kidding. Probably like first 7 plays into the game, he rushes around and just destroys our QB. Like, lays him. I thought he was dead. Every single play he was back there, and I was like, this is a good pickup. Comes in fall camp, he's running around just smacking stuff. Like, he's one of those. He's definitely a linebacker at heart. You know, he's that guy that will go and just put his head down and hit anything that comes in his way. So,
Are they going to let him put his hand in the dirt, or are they going to stand him up like Glasgow Kelly and play him truly a backer?
nah, Nusi gonna do it all.
He can do it all.
Yeah, I'm like, this is like no exaggeration. Like, people were really like, when they talk about that Fred Warren label, like, we've heard it over and over again about Nusi. Like, I promise you, like, Nusi got it. I remember it was a play during fall camp. Ed was on the sideline. He was like, Nusi right here. Nusi ran up and hit somebody with a crazy pass rush move, got a sack like on command. Like, like the way he moved, he just fluent. Like, he's strong. And Nusi just so cool and collect. Like,
yeah, he's got swag for sure.
yeah, nah, Nusi cool. And then like the other one, like when Jonathan get back,
Yeah,
when Johnny get back,
dude.
man.
That might be sooner than we expected, right?
Yeah,
Let's hope.
Yeah, nah, that secondary. Hey, man, when Johnny get back, we already good. But when Johnny get back, it's just like, I've seen, like, we all worked out together all offseason, so we've seen Johnny at his very best.
Yeah,
and like Johnny can go, like, hands down. Like, Johnny legit.
dude. I feel like tell me if this is a bad comparison, but I feel like he's J-Rob's cover skills, but hits harder than J-Rob. Is that a bad comparison?
Nah, that's not a bad comparison. I see the only thing about the hitting that people don't know, J-Rob was like more of a crash out on the field. It was something wrong with him. Like, it could be like, we could be winning by 30 points and J-Rob running their head first and just try to dive and like try to kill himself if he had to stop. I'm like, Jacob, like, he came to the sideline once. I'm like, Jacob, we winning by 30. He's like, oh no, it don't matter. He like little twin, it don't matter, little twin. I just want to knock him out, little twin. That's how he used to talk to me. So I'm like, nah, bro, you tripping. But yeah, nah, Johnny, like, especially at like for where he at in his career compared to where Jacob was at, like, they had a lot of parallelism. Like, a lot of the stuff, like, it's just hand to hand. Like, you see Jacob do a rep at nickel, and then you see Johnny right behind him, and Johnny could just go. And that's literally the only reason Johnny wasn't on the field more last year, because, I mean, he had an NFL player in front of him at the same position. So it was just like.
Well, J-Rob had to come out, was it Kansas State? Maybe he didn't have to, or he did come out in Kansas State. I can't remember. Something happened.
It was SMU game, end of the game. It was final drive of the game.
And they threw in Cabella.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, this is what, game 2?
Yeah, game 2.
I'm like, this is game 2 of this kid's freshman career. I was nervous for him because, I've known Johnny for a while, and when he first got here, well, before he even got here, I guess, too.
Yeah.
And I was like kind of nervous for him. And I went like, oh, and they ran it right at him. They ran a corner route, I think, to the end zone or something. And he was right there, like just side by side. I'm like, oh no, don't gotta worry about Johnny.
That game was like that game was like ECU game on steroids. Cause like when you talk about people cramping, the whole secondary, because like for us, we played so much that game. We know we had a lot of turnovers and stuff. Like Coach Hill was talking about, they was getting the ball on the 3-yard line, the 5-yard line, like in the high red zone, like all the time. So like with us, we literally played everybody who traveled. And it got to the end of the game. Jacob was cramping so bad. Jacob was literally, he took his helmet off. Like, he was like, OG, like, you got to put Johnny in the game. Johnny got in the game, and he was supposed to like play like he was supposed to play off man. Johnny walked up and like pressed the dude out of bounds. It came up like it was literally like 4 straight plays. Like Johnny just in the fire. But and it's crazy. Like people at home might have been nervous, but people also got to remember for Johnny, that's home. Like we was in Dallas, so Johnny was like all the comfortable, all his family in the stands, like his homeboys. So like Johnny was good to go. Like he kind of.
If I had seen more of practice, I probably would have been fine with it. But from like the last time I saw him, was not in pads and stuff. I'm like, oh, dude, they're putting in like a true freshman week 2 against a team that can ball. Like honestly, like SMU had dudes. I was watching Sunday. football yesterday driving home. There was SMU players out there on the field making plays, and he just locked it up. And I was like, oh, well, I'm not worried about Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny's a dog. I love
Yeah.
that kid.
Yeah, nah,
Good
Johnny
kid.
can go. Next question, like, what's the biggest difference you would say between high school and BYU?
And the biggest difference, something that surprised me is actually, like, the game is still the same pace. Like, people are always like, man, it's so much faster. It's so much faster. But honestly, I feel like it's the same thing. You know, you go out there, you look at the call, and you line up, and you do your thing. I think the biggest difference is the nutrition, honestly. I think in high school, you kind of can get away with doing whatever you want because most of us were just more athletic than the other kids that we were playing. And so naturally we can kind of just, go out and do our thing and it's no big deal. But when you get here, you got to be eating the right way. You got to be drinking the right way. You got to be doing all those little things the right way, sleeping, so that, because your body needs to be at the best ability that it can be. And those things play such a big factor. And I didn't know that before. And so I think that's, for me, been the biggest, like, eye openers. It's like I gotta have all the little stuff dialed in for my body to be the right way.
Yeah, nah, but like for me, I mean for you obviously because you was coming off a mission, so you came right back into it. I know that was like a big leap. For me, I came straight from high school, so my last game was I think the last week of October. So I wasn't playing the game. I didn't play a game or like really like I was working out or whatever, but I wasn't really like full football until January when I got on campus. It's coming off a 5-7 season. So all the older guys, these folks had like a month off to get their mind right or whatever. But I didn't know what I was walking into because like Coach Phillips and it was their first off season here, like their first full off season from winter to finish. So like I walk in and bro, it was different. Like I'm like, imagine me dying doing the workouts and you looking to the guy next to you, he an older guy, he dying worse than you. You like, oh nah, like, and then like we had Coach I always love and adore to like wherever Coach Tanner, he had UNLV now head strength coach. I know you hear us talk about him all the time, but like, bro, Coach Tanner was different. Like,
well, I worked out with Coach Tanner when I first got back.
Okay. Oh yeah, so you know this, yeah. Coach Tanner be in the way of you, mother. And Coach Tanner was just like, he was just ruthless. Like I promise, like I remember when I first got on campus and like me and him developed a bond because like when you first get back, for y'all don't know, you gotta live like Coach Tanner was the one who kind of ran the list of like the newcomers or whatnot. He want to get you like all the proper techniques. So like when you did start going heavy, like you wasn't hurting yourself, and he just wanted to like run through all the rules. He was hard on you for sure, but like he definitely like he loved you a lot. And I remember we was in the locker room one day, we was weighing in, and one of the players was talking about like how they beat all the fast people or whatever. Coach Tanner looked at me, he's like, Trey, he beat all the white kids in Utah. He thinks I care about that? Because Coach Tanner coached at Florida, Mississippi State. Like Coach Tanner done coached at big time. He done seen the big time athletes. Like he was at Florida with like Kyle Pitts and all them, like when they was running through the SEC. So Coach Tanner was just like, bro, he was different. And like, yeah, that whole all season when I first got back, like I remember we did the first Friday finisher, tears was falling from my eyes. Like I was just like, I can't do it. Like I literally sat on the edge of my bed and was just like, is this really like, this is worth it? And then just consistently just stacking days, seeing yourself get bigger and faster, and then you go into one season and feel good. And now this season, stronger than ever, bigger than ever, faster than ever.
Yeah.
And it feels good. And then like I always tell people like, I can only imagine what it's gonna look like when I like hit my peak, and it's just crazy to see. I ain't gonna lie, but I'll definitely say like it's different for sure in college. But yeah, the speed of the game is I feel like if you know the plays, like Coach Hill always talking about, if you have competence, it's fun to play college football. But I say like one of the biggest differences too is really like just the traveling aspect. Like people think it's so fun to go across the country, and it is, but it just depends on how you do it. Like when we had to fly American, you had to go to ECU and then turn around, go another away game, and both of them were late games. So you get home at 5 a.m, then 4 a.m, back-to-back weeks, and then turn around and have to play on a Friday, then turn around, go travel again. Like, I ain't gonna lie, it adds up. Like, it's fun, but I definitely say traveling is.
Yeah, that is something different for sure. It's funny that you bring up like me coming back from my mission. As I'm out there, I was telling the guys like they thought we could like go and train on the mission, that we could like go and practice our skills. I'm like, guys, I haven't done stuff for 2 years. You didn't get a
rubber band?
Yeah, 30 minutes in the morning, right? And so I'm telling them, I'm like, we get 30 minutes in the morning to work out. We can't go to a public gym, like that's not allowed. So we're in the morning just trying to play basketball or do push-ups in the apartment, sit-ups, whatever we can get. And so I was coming home from my mission thinking I was really dedicated to my 30 minutes to an hour in the morning of making sure I was staying active and doing stuff. And I thought I was in really good shape coming home. And then, man, you run that first 40-yard sprint and you're like, oh man, was that my hamstring or my quad? Like, man, I don't even know what's going on. And so that, for me, that's something coming back, like from the mission, your body's just not used to training like that. And so it definitely took me a while to get back into, those mission legs resting off me. But it was something cool just being with the guys in those training sessions and everyone's working as hard as you can.
Yeah, no, it is funny. Like when people, like a lot of ignorant fan bases always say stuff like, "Oh yeah, they're older, so they have the advantage," and just be like, "Bro, like they're not going on a mission, just going to like a football factory for 2 years. Like you got some of our teammates who going to like they might go to Kenya or like places where like they might be malnourished possibly, and they gotta go through that for 2 years, come back. You might even see position changes naturally because it's just losing weight. And I'm like, bro, y'all have no idea. Like, and I always tell people like, if it was so easy and so much of an advantage, why don't every college do it? Like, it's a reason. Like, and you got to think for us, it's a large percentage of our team. So like every single year, yeah, you might get this 5-star coming in, this guy coming in, this guy coming in, and whatnot. Then you might not get that payout on the field until maybe 3 years later, because 2 years for his mission, he gonna have a year to get his legs back under him. So like when you do get missionaries that's fresh back, like seeing you and like Hunter and like just really on the field and just really making plays and stuff, like it's just crazy. Like it's just mind blowing to me. Like,
Yeah, I think some of it is athleticism.
yeah,
Like they're just naturally athletic, like you and Hunter. Some of it also, I think, is like your dedication to hitting that training hard, hitting the recovery side hard so you don't burn your body out, and then the nutrition. Because when Clegg was in here, he was talking we talked for like 25 minutes about his protein intake and how he's doing it. And like, you could tell he's like dialed in on the small details of that stuff. And so I think all of that makes a factor because it's not normal. It's not normal to have a guy who's come back and just hit and go. But Hunter's playing a lot.
no, he is.
So and Cannon's playing multiple positions. Like,
But I promise you, when Cannon gets like, when y'all just see him just full game, like I promise you, like it's crazy because I always like he probably don't even know, but I always talk to like Coach G about it, and like we like Cannon can go, like it's no exaggeration. Like I be telling people like he's a gamer, like just put him on the field, just tell him what to do. Like I'm telling you, like I always vouch for him, like all the time. Like you can even ask him, it could be the smallest thing. I be like, Cannon, they say they need a punt returner, just go on the field. I was like, if I need to come in the game and block for you, I will. Just like, I'm telling you, like all the time, like literally always tell him. And then Eddie will say something like, bro, you ain't the coach, you can't do that. I'm like, bro, Cannon can go. Like I'm telling you, like.
Eddie, you've been a coach for 5 minutes.
Yeah. It's crazy though, like speaking to Eddie, like his dynamic with the room is just like, it's almost like he's still a player.
Yeah.
Like he's never like serious, like
He's trolling
all day,
All the time.
all day. That's all he do is just play around all day. And like having his knowledge is like, I mean, it's second to none. Like this person who's in Coach Hill defense for 5 years, maybe just got done playing ball not too long ago. And like literally all he do is troll. Like I'd be in the locker room before the game and then like I play around or something and he'd come around like, bro, you playing too much. And he like, nah, I'm just playing. You can't take life all serious. None of this is serious. I'm like, Eddie, you just told me to stop playing, bro. You want to come over and telling jokes with me. Like even during the game, like Eddie would be telling jokes. Like, nah, it's crazy. Like having him there though is definitely like, it's Comedy Central. Him and Coach G together, and then Tyus, and then plus the room, like with all our personalities.
Yeah. It's super cool to have that mix though that he's talking about. Like we joke around the whole time in the corners room, like, we're laughing and everything, but like when it's time to lock in, like we're all dialed in, and it's nice to have that even as in a coach like Coach G. Like he coaches us really hard and teaches us some amazing things to get us better. But at the same time, he likes to have fun. And same with Eddie. Like Eddie's taught me just at nickel a ton of things that I haven't even thought about. And so it's really cool to have that side of him that is the coach side that gets me better, but also the side that I'm like, oh dang, you're my brother too. So it's pretty sweet.
And both those guys, I mean, they did it. Right?
Yeah.
They did it. So like what they give you is gold. It's like they learned that from experience and trials and making mistakes on the field.
That was like when Eddie was showing us some clips back at Weber State, he pulled up a game film and he started playing the game. And Maury's like, man, is this your personal cut up? And he was like, that's how you know I did it right when I turn on the game and they think it's my personal cut up. So
yeah, it's crazy too. Like Eddie, like That man, like literally, like he just like one of the funniest people ever. Like, and he always be like, I'd be like, yeah, like he'll say something. Like, I'll probably mess up a play or something. Not even mess up. Like I could do something like half second, and he'd be like, he'd get on me or whatever. And like my bad, I just want to be like Coach Eddie. Say that's your problem, boy. You got to be better than me, boy. And then one day he was like, yeah, I want you to be good. She's not better than me. Like that's just kind of. Then with Coach G, like Coach G will tell you before the game, like he'd be in there smiling or whatever, and he'll say something like, I might cut you out today. Just know I love you. Like even Colorado game, we before the game, we doing hidden drills. He ain't like the way it started. G just like, start it over. Start this shit over. Gotta go from the top. Then the second time, just pass clapping. You just hear pass clapping. He's like, yeah, now that's it. Like, nah, it's a fun dynamic for sure. Like, I wouldn't trade that dynamic for nothing. Like, even after the game, we on the bus, and me and Evan, like, we sitting, like, I'm sitting by the window, Evan's sitting on the other side of the bus, and Coach G, like, we probably sitting 8 rows back. And we just telling jokes. I'm like, yeah, I always wanted to be like Gennaro Guilford. Like, I wanted to be like Big Naro. That was my favorite player growing up. And Coach G just literally in the front seat, just see his head shaking. He just laughing up there. Like, I don't know, man. It's the time of our lives and on a team. Like, it's the funnest team I ever been on. I'm not gonna lie. Like, yeah. I would say, like, last question. What's the biggest lesson that football has taught you?
I actually give credit to my Little League coaches for a lot of the lessons that I've learned in football. And it starts back to the little simple things that I was taught of you always look your coaches in the eye when they're speaking to you. And that goes for everyone. When your teacher's talking to you, when you're just having a conversation with someone on the street, like the respect that you give them is you look them in the eye and you say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. And you sit in the front of the classroom, you take notes, like you do those little things that ultimately people don't think that matters, but in all reality, it does. And so I think football has just taught me how to be a better man in my life by the principles that I live by of working hard, of trusting your brothers and being able to be accountable for yourself when you make mistakes. And those are just simple life lessons that when you apply those things that you learn in your sport to your life, they ultimately can change you and the people around you. And so I give football and athletics just a big contribution to my life because I know that it's changed me to be a better man.
Yeah, no, I agree. And like one of the other things about it, like football definitely taught me you can't do it by yourself. Like no matter who you are, you could be the best player in the world. You could be like this shit could be life. You could feel like you're the greatest person ever. You had the greatest life. You can't do it without help. Like no matter who you are, like in the game for us, somewhere along the way there's help. Whether it's the front D line doing their job, hitting a stunt correctly, and getting pressure on the quarterback for you to get a pick or a PBU. Whether it's the backer scraping correctly and stopping the run, so later the team got to throw the ball. Whether it's safety communicating the correct call. Whether it's Coach Hill putting you in the right defense. Whether it's Coach G telling you what to expect on the sideline. Like if you look at it in life, like I mean, it's the ultimate. Like you need help. Like no matter what, like and don't be afraid to ask for help. It's just like football. If you out there and like with me, and it teaches you how to put your pride to the side. I would definitely say, with me, like when my knee started swelling up on Saturday, I could easily like, yeah, I'm just stay in the game. Like I'm cool. I literally went to Coach G and I was like, Coach, I can play, but I was like, Maury has played good this whole night. He's just as fast, if not faster than me, which he's not. I'm gonna just set that out there. But he can run, like he can go. He know the defense, like he a vet. Like I was like, Coach, go with him. Like I was like, it ain't no bitterness in my heart. I want to win because I'm literally on the sideline. I'm trying to put pressure on my knee. I was like, like I can go, but I was like, it ain't worth it. So I definitely say football teaches you how to put your pride to the side and like let you know like you got to lean on people around you. Like, if you think you can do it all in football, or you think you can do it all in life, like you will never be successful. Like I don't care who you are. Like you can inherit $1 trillion. If you don't believe you need help, you gonna mess it all up. So like I definitely say football teaches you to put your pride to the side and definitely like teaches you like you need help no matter who you are. I definitely say, and I mean, you can even speak on it. Like, you coach football, you play football as well. Like, you can speak on what it has taught you.
Yeah, man. Like, I think when I was playing football, I love Little League because practice was a little bit easier and the games were more fun, because it was that and this. I kind of got to high school, things get harder and get harder and harder. And I had injuries. I fought injuries in high school. I had surgeries and stuff, but when I became a coach, I learned like kind of what Coach G is doing with you guys and what Coach Heckert is like really the way to get the most out of your guys is to have a really high standard for them, but also let them know, hey, I've got your back, I'm with you, right? And that's helped me go forward in my professional career, like working with teams, whether it's like a leadership team when I was a school teacher or training teams about things. Like one of the things I train on is Big Five personality, which is recognizing your strengths as your person, because your personality comes with strengths and your personality comes with weaknesses, and identifying other people see things differently than you. And the way to build a team is to get everybody together, recognize each other's strengths and values, hold them to a high standard. But you can't make a team if people don't feel supported and respected and thought. It's okay to make a mistake. It's okay to ask a question. It's okay to ask a coach after for, help with something or something like that. And making it sounds kind of soft, but to make it safe for people, right? And the part of that comes with people knowing you care about them and you can have a good time and still have high expectations. So nothing is black or white. Nothing is all of that. Like, I know Coach Hill, bro, he runs a very tight ship, right? After everything I've heard. Would you guys say that's accurate?
100%.
Yeah.
But you guys, I'm sure, all feel like you could go to Coach Hill and he would hear you out, like respect you, help you, all those things. And so it's shaped how I've had shaped my relationships with people in the future, and how I've trained people and taught people in the future is you don't have to compromise your standards for people to be their friend or to be their mentor or have a relationship. You can have high standards and still do that at the same time. And then, there's all those things, the little things and hard work and all that. But it's a long season, man. You got to have each other's backs. Like, I've seen teams crumble when I was an early coach, fall apart before the season's over because there are high standards, but nobody likes each other and all that stuff. So that's what I would say I've learned that at least I use professionally now, is like the importance of how to really build a team.
Yeah, I agree. You want to say anything to wrap it up, whether it be like thanking Coug Nation, like anything on your mind?
I mean, I would just want to thank Cougar Nation for always showing up to the games. And, we have the best fan base in the country, and everyone knows that. Everyone that watches the game, even, the ESPN reporters, anyone that notices BYU, they know that we have the best crowd ever. And so appreciate the fans for always showing up and for cheering us on and for always showing us the love, and especially number one on the field. This man's something different. So grateful for Tre and for the Brotherhood that he's shown me, and glad that he's Cougar Nation's favorite, because
he is for sure. He might be Ute Nation's favorite sometimes too, huh?
Probably so. It's crazy. It's crazy just like you even mentioned that. Like, you might not know, but like I troll. Well, I troll a lot, so I be on Twitter and I might be bored. I'd be trolling, and like all season Utah fans like, oh, he don't play, like he don't start, he's not gonna do this, he's not gonna do that. You see, I don't get no more of them comments.
What happened?
like all season too is people like, oh, he ain't gonna do this year, he's not gonna do that. Like, I knew, like, I mean, obviously I know how hard I work and how good I am. So like with me, it was just funny. Like, I mean, last year, like I played behind legit all conference players, NFL players. So, and I never complained. I played my role, and this year they need me in a bigger role to step up. And so far, I'm handling my business and just got a stack on it. So, yeah, no, definitely thank y'all, Cougar Nation, for all the support. Like Kenan said, I mean, having y'all at every game, road or here, like in LaVille, like, I mean, it's second to none. Like, we can't thank y'all enough. Like, I know coaches, like Coach Kalani always, like, gives thanks to y'all, but y'all honestly don't understand, like, how big of a support that is. And especially on the road, we can't travel like all our team like we have at home where everybody comes to the game. So we had that extra support in your back, and it just sparks the team. It's just, like, I remember walking out of halftime and the fans just start back yelling. Like, we losing by 4 points, and the fans get back loud like it's a home game for us. Especially while we're waiting out there for the stank-ass Buffalo to run out the field. And you just, like, sitting on the sideline, like, we just sitting on the, like, concrete grass, and, like, y'all get us energized. So definitely thank y'all, and thank y'all for tuning in to episode 14 of the One-on-One Podcast with yours truly, Tre Alexander. And go Cougs.